Hello and welcome to GOA365's Face to Face. Now it's been some time because of the Lok Sabha elections and all that we've not had a face to face, but today we thought that with this particular issue we had to take it up and put forward and generally discuss this issue. So it was about that heinous rape cum murder in Kolkata, West Bengal. So to discuss this issue itself and various other issues around that particular thing, hows and whys, given that the medical profession is very important, is Dr. Shekar Salkar, former president of the IMA and right now looking after IMA Bicholi. He is also the main person in the Manipal hospital, as well as coming from a medical. His wife also is a doctor. But anyway, doctor, welcome to our show. Now, doctor, what happened is now this thing has really hit the headlines because of the way it was done, the brutality, and the very fact that this healthcare is very important, and especially 80% probably of the healthcare is from the government, and there are basically no, there are a lot of issues to be discussed on that. The issues we can discuss later, but I want to know about this incident. What exactly you feel? What are the reasons? And
see, there are a lot of stories going on as per this, but we don't know what we know actually.
But it's very scary for doctors.
That it has happened when in the hospital.
Yes,
that's one thing.
That's what.
And all the time we were fighting against that. There is a violence against doctors. From patients or patients' relatives. So that also issue is not here. So this issue is totally different, but the violence has occurred in the hospital when in the library where she was studying, and a young third year PG student. That means she is the one who really handles all the patients in the nights and all. They have to go on the rounds and other things. And the way it has happened is a really brutal circumstance. Rape a doctor in the library, and bleeding from the eyes and fractures, multiple fractures and all. So it cannot be just justified that it is any other murder and all. It has to be done sincerely. एकदम सारखे स्टडी करपाची गरज आहे पोलिसांनी. The police has taken it very lightly to start with. आता त्यांना दोतोर सगळे एक आयले आणि त्यांनी बवाळ केलो. त्यांना they have little bit there is a pressure. And now that High Court has put up that there should be a CBI inquiry. So they should go right up to these things. Why this has happened? आमचे प्रॉब्लेम असताले की आम्ही नॉर्मली वी यूज्ड टू से दैट देयर इज सम प्रॉब्लेम विथ द पेशंट ताजे रिलेटिव्ह झगडी तांचे रिएक्शनरी and that sometimes we say okay, that is our communication gap is there between the patient and all, and something this is आमचे आता is like professional हे झाला hazard म्हणतात तसे त्याचे. So that we take, but this is not at all professional hazard. This is something else is there behind. We have to find out.
You feel it is premeditated?
Definitely, otherwise how it can happen? There are so many people around. See, it is
no, but that's my point. My point is that there are so many people. There are supposed to be so many people.
Supposed to be.
Yeah, and this is in the middle of the hospital, in the library. That means basically the structure has completely failed, or absolutely. There is no structure to look after the safety of the doctors in the hospitals themselves.
Or it is the premeditated. They have studied, but this girl studies at this made up time.
No, but even then, if it's a doctor, if it's a hospital with a library, there should be some sort of it can happen to anybody, right?
No, that see, we have demanded the same thing, that we should have a safety. See, to tell you frankly, the government hospitals run on the interns, junior resident, senior resident. This is the
main
backbone सारखे. Even during COVID time कोणे काम केले, आणित केले काम, आणि भुरग्यांनी केले, म्हणजे शिकता ते भुरग्यांनी केले. Consultants were there in the home, on the phone. आता सुद्धा ते सकाळी येतात when there is nobody wants to have such things in the morning. So 5 o'clock they go back. मागीर रातची emergency आसाले येता. But otherwise day in and day out, who is there is these resident doctors. And so what nothing. We ask for them, किती आम्ही मागता किती गव्हर्नमेंटाकडे की तांकां जेवण दिया मातशें सारकें, तांकां एक security दिया, and see that environment is good, so that give, and in the end कोणाक फायदो ताजो? तुम्ही दोतोरांक फायदो असो पळोवं नाका तो. इट इज द फायदो ऑफ द कॉमन मॅन देर, बिकॉज दोतोर जर बरो कॉन्फिडंट आसा, ताका ही इज नॉट बॉदर्ड अबाउट हीज सेक्युरिटी, ताका शिकपाक बरें मेळटा, ही विल बी बेनिफिशियल टू द पीपल न्ही, बिकॉज दे आर द पेशंट, तांकां पेशंटाची बरी कॅर मेळटली न्ही.
But the thing is that like all governments say that they are for the people, but they have to understand one thing: the majority of the people in India go to government hospitals, go to government doctors. Suppose if these type of incidents come up, who is going to want to become a doctor? Now I will tell my kids, "Arey, to किती अभ्यास as it is 24 hour.
This is happening.
24 hour, 24 hour. It is you have to go there 3-4 days. Sometimes you have to stay in the hospital.
I agree with you.
Why would you send the kids
It is not
to
a
the
simple
hospital?
thing to become a doctor.
Yeah, it's very painful.
The amount of work, hard work goes in that. I mean, 4 दिस 5 दिस तुका निदूंक मेळना.
Yeah, correct.
Continuously.
आणि वयल्यान
वरसून हे त्रास तुका मागीर खावपाक
why will a parent tell you to go to the
चलना
doctor?
हॉस्टेलान ते हॉस्टेलान सारखे फॅसिलिटीज ना. सो आय थिंक देर हॅज टू बी सम अमाउंट ऑफ आता हे जालात न्ही हातून एक समथिंग बाबा व्हॉट इज द बेसिक मिनिमम थिंग्स required to be there in a hospital.
This is not so much of a problem. Sorry, not so much of a problem in private. This is government.
Private and हे problem आहे ना, because they have good security. आता आमच्या हॉस्पिटलान ते सेक्युरिटी प्रत्येकाकडे वॉकी टॉकी आसा. कितें प्रॉब्लेम जालो आमी तो एक कोड आहा आमकां 5000 तो कोड दामलो की ऑटोमॅटिकली इट गोज टू एवरीबडी विल कम. सो थंय सिस्टीम सगळी जाग्यार आसा. जीएमसीचे बी कशें आसता आमचे जीएमसी लायक आय विल टेक अ गव्हर्मेंट बिकॉज जीएमसी घेता हांव गव्हर्मेंट म्हणून तर इट इज स्प्रेड अक्रॉस एकर्स कळ्ळें न्ही. एक वॉर्ड तुका हांगा आसा दुसरो वॉर्ड दुसरो थंवटेन आहा मदीं लायट ना काय वचपाक तुका सारकी शुअरिटी ना की बाबा हे आपूण एक कॅज्युअलिटीनसून त्या वॉर्डान दुसऱ्या हातून वतलो युरोलॉजी वॉर्डान कॅज्युअलिटीनसून युरोलॉजी वॉर्डान वतलो. आतां न्ही तर हांगा आमचे खंय आमचे सुपर स्पेशालिटी ब्लॉक सो यू हॅव टू क्रॉस ऑल द वे अँड गो देर. सो देर इज लॉट ऑफ प्रेशर अँड यू कॅनॉट स्टॉप पीपल फ्रॉम कमिंग. तुका कसो कळटलो तो पेशंट आयला तो कोण आयला जे रिलेटिव्ह आयल्याक यू कॅनॉट स्टॉप एनीबडी न्ही. सो बेस्ट इज टू हॅव अ गुड सेक्युरिटी सेटअप विथ वॉकी टॉकी जाय तांकां कितें एकटो आहा तो काय करूं शकना थंय तो बोवाळ करतलो मातसो बोवाळ करतलो आनी तोय उगी रावतलो. पण यू शूड नो दॅट बाबा हें दामलें की सगळे जाण आमी येतले एके कडेन एंड देन वील कॅच समबडी. अँड सेकंड थिंग इज गुड CCTV सर्वेलन्स वीच इज वर्किंग. ओके ते नावांक आपले लायले अशें अशें आनी यू आर अंडर आनी तो भितरलो कामूच करना तसले कारण उपयोग ना न्ही. आनी नाव पीपल नो ती CCTV आसा म्हणून ताजे पड्डो घालतले किंवा तो DVR घेवन वतले. सो पीपल दॅट पण तो बरो अशा जाग्यार घालूंक जाय की ताका इजिली काडूंक मेळूंक जायना. आनी हे 2-3 आसत जाल्यार आय थिंक
there should be a control and
एन्जॉय
command.
वर्किंग ऑल्सो न्ही.
Control and command.
दोतोराचें लायफ पयलीं हॅक्टीक आसता. आमी काम केलां एज अ रेसिडेंट इंटर्न सगळें आमी हे हातूनसून सगळें केलां. आय हॅव वर्क इन द म्हणजे सायन हॉस्पिटल आनी थंय म्हणजे सामकें कांय नाशिल्लें. हांगा थंय आतां खूब फॅसिलिटी बऱ्यो आहा. आमकां थंय हॉस्टेलान गिजर ना थंड न्हावपाक जाय जमनीर न्हिदपाचें बिकॉज बेड्स वेर नॉट देर. कंटिन्युअसली रातभर कॉल्स चालू सारके म्हणजे इट वॉज लायक अ हॅक्टीक वर्क. बट वी यूज टू लर्न दॅट बिकॉज आमकांय तातूंत उमेद आशिल्ली की आमी शिकताले भितर. So you used to learn. The more you learn, the more you see the patient, better your experience becomes. So आमकां ते सदांच पॉझिटिव्हच आसताले आमी की आमकां आनी जाय काम आनी काम करपाक जाय आनी एक ऑपरेशन आयलें आनी एक ऑपरेशन करपाक जाय. पण आतां कशें आतां जे भुरगे आहा ते ऑल्सो दे डोंट वॉन्ट बिकॉज वी हॅव सम पीपल ताका ऑर्थोपेडीक मेळटालें कळ्ळें न्ही. ऑर्थोपेडीक इज द टॉप सद्या रेडिओलॉजी आनी ऑर्थोपेडीक इज टॉप आतां. ताणें थंय एक म्हयनोभर काम केलें आनी म्हाका म्हणलो ना सर हे खूपच मातशें त्रासदायक आसा. म्हणजे त्रासदायक म्हणजे कितें ना रातभर न्हिदूंक पायना कंटिन्युअसली काम आसा आनी मागीर कितें करता ना आपूण ऑप्थेल्म घेता म्हणजे दोळ्यांचें ते बरें न्ही. सकाळीं 2-3 एक बाबा केली OPD पळयली जाल्यार तुजें डेट केअर न्ही सगळें डेचेंच काम केन्नाय असो एक्सिडेंट कितें आयलो जाल्यार पळोवपाचें. सो यू सी दॅर इज अ चेंज ऑफ दीस ऑल्सो. आनी चडश्यो आतां चलयो आसा सो चलयांक ते अशे हे जॉब्स मातशे बरे पडटात कळ्ळें न्ही. म्हणजे स्कीन एंड VD ENT हातून हे मातशे लायक पण ऑर्थो सर्जरी गायनेक मेडिसीन हांकां रात दीस कामूच थंय. इट्स अ टफ जॉब सारको. सो हातून वॉट वी आस्क फॉर गुड सेक्युरिटी गुड फूड जेवपाक तर तांकां मातशें बरें दिया आनी देन यू गीव अ एनवायरमेंट वीच इज कंड्युसिबल टू द गुड functioning of the doctor so that in the end beneficiary are the people
itself. Correct.
Otherwise
see we talk about our healthcare in India which is supposed to be very good. People go directly and go. Otherwise, we'll probably end up like UK and all. To 2 months to get an appointment.
People are coming from UK.
Exactly. But he'll end up like that if people don't want. Like for me, like at home also like.
काल बातमी आशिल्ली मरे NHS ची की थंय म्हणटा भुरगे कोण शिकूंकच तयार ना मेडिसिन.
But I'm telling you, as a parent at home, there's a discussion. Arey, no, like because see, my family also all doctors, sister, uncles, all. But now at home, gara म्हणटा नाका किड्स नो नीड कित्याक बेश्टे हेडेक एंड स्पेशली डॉक्टरान वयता पेशंट गाय मारता हे करता ते करता
अर्निंग सुरू जाता आफ्टर द एज ऑफ
40
40 वर्सां IT सेक्टरांतलो at 21 he is earning
by 40
at
40
retire and they enjoy the life. तांकां बरें नायट लायफ आसा थंय हें आसा आमी आपले दीस रात ते फक्त ते करीत बसपाचें आनी म्हातारपणान मागीर आसूं म्हणजे आतां आनी खंय वतलो आपूण कितें करपाक. सो युअर वॉट एवर यू अर्न द चिल्ड्रन एन्जॉय अशें आतां तें.
Fair enough, but this without proper healthcare, as it is, we have so much of population. Without proper healthcare, it's going to be very chaotic.
So compared to all over India, we have worked in everywhere.
But this happened in Calcutta. I'm talking about all over India.
Goa is amazing place.
But I'm not talking about Goa. I'm talking about all over India.
आमचो एक डॉक्टर तो फ्रॉम बेंगाल ओनली ही स्टडीड एंड ऑल. तो सांगता ते पयल्या तो म्हणटा थंय आनी उलोवपाचें बी ना म्हणटा. म्हणजे तुवें मातशें आयदर थंय झगडी चालू आसता म्हणटा इंटरनल पॉलिटिक्स आसता तांचे हें पॉलिटिक्स आमी वी आर थिंकिंग ऑल द टायम अबाउट द वायलन्स विथ द पेशंट्स एंड रिलेटिव्स. पण थंय म्हणटा तो टोटली डिफरंट आहा म्हणटा क्लायमेट. थंय ते कॅन्टीनवाल्या कडेन झगडी त्या स्टुडंटांच्या मदल्या मदीं तांच्या भितर झगडी. सो कोण भायलो येता तोय भितर पडटा. सो इट इज नॉट एज सेफ एज गोवा. Goa is like a heaven for everyone. That's why
we are talking about all India. No, see, the medical healthcare is on all India basis, and we are not just talking about Goa. We are talking about the general medical healthcare.
The UP आणि हे बी आसा न्ही थंय. Even outside, there's a huge hospitals. Ata it is not possible to manage those hospitals. And the walking you require. Example to GMC चे मरे. काय ना म्हणजे तुम दिसाक ते म्हाका सा RMO एक 10 किलोमीटर चलता.
आराम से.
येवटेन भाव हे हाड हो रिपोर्ट हाड तो रिपोर्ट हाड करून खूप म्हणजे एक्सरसाइज तांचो खूप जाता. पण I feel that there is government should put little bit more efforts, more money in this security business of doctors.
It's not only Goa. See,
and it is not only doctors, it is class 3 worker, class 4 worker. You know what happened in KEM, the Aruna Shanbag nurse. She was also raped and tika kutrang bantane tashi sadi banli and she neither died neither she survived. And she survived for like almost 25-30 years with like comatose condition. So it is important to realize that शेवटी मरे सोसायटी ऑल्सो इज डिग्रेडिंग. आमची सोसायटी ओवरऑल मातशी व्हॅल्यूज कमी जाल्या मातशे अशे फ्रस्ट्रेटेडशे जाल्या. म्हणजे फॉर आमी पयलीं जे अशें आयकून घेताले तो आतां हात मारता तुजे डायरेक्टली. पयलीं एटलीस्ट आमी उलयताले न्ही. आतां ना आतां पयलीं काडटा थापट मारता मागीर उलोवपाचें. सो दीस थिंग्स हॅव इज कमिंग अप विच बिकम्स लिटल डिफिकल्ट फॉर इन अ आतां कशें तुमी डायरेक्टली तूं आतां बसता डायरेक्टली लोकां कडेन तुका येना तूं हें बरोवपाचें हें करपाचें. वी आर डायरेक्टली टू द पीपल.
करेक्ट.
माय सन इज इन फिल्म्स नाव एक्चुअली ही इज डॉक्टर. हांवें ताका सांगलें सी यू वील गेट मॅक्झिमम स्टोरीज वेन यू आर वर्किंग इन द डॉक्टर बिकॉज यू मीट पीपल. You need to discuss with them. You see their parents. You see the condition of their parents. तांचे भुरगीं तांचे भाव भयणाचे रिलेशन्स हे ते. You will come to know so many emotional things if you are in the medicine. Interaction. खूप दिसता म्हणजे you find something like amazing things like भाव भयणींक आपली किडनी दिता, आवय हाका दिता, ताका बापूय दिता. It is they are ready to sacrifice their own life also for others.
But see, Doctor, whatever you do, like you still like at your age after so many years, you still do things because it's a passion.
I love it.
Yes, but the point is passion, yes, but incentive to get into this type of a profession, given the fact, if why are you talking about Goa GMC, especially so many cardio body is one of the top in probably in Asia, I would say. The doctors and all, Dr. Guru and all, they are like sarke, very good. Plus even your hospital, I'm not talking about Goa, I'm talking, see, we have to talk about India. It's an Indian endemic. There are 1.3, 1.4. So suppose if as it is we are having a problem with doctors, people don't want to go to the villages and India lives in its villages as it is oft said, farmers and everything. Suppose if that incentive, that security, that glamour, why people join? Because okay, I'm a doctor, but if that is not there, what is going to be the state of India in say 10-15 years? And nobody is going to want to go to the, as it is today, I am sure you should be knowing, we also have get, nobody wants to go to the village things. Even in Goa, PH in Kolkata, the can't naka mandale.
No, that always.
What is going to be the
till you
future?
Other facilities, दोतोर सुरवातीक वतात सगळे खंय वतात
इनिशियली.
पण मागीर भुरगीं व्हडलीं जालीं हें जालें की मागीर तांकां शिकपाक तुका शाळा जाय, बाकीचे हाका शाळा जाय. सो इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर ऑल्सो वाडत जाल्यार
सिक्युरिटी, सम सॉर्ट ऑफ इन्सेंटीव. It's not
I
there.
had gone to USA once. तांची विलेज सुद्धा पळयल्या ती सेल्फ सफिशियंट विलेज. थंय एक बरें कॉलेज आसतलें, थंय बरें ग्राउंड आसतलें, सगळें आसता. ऑल फॅसिलिटी. यू डोंट हॅव टू ऑल द टायम कम टू द सिटी टू एन्जॉय लायफ. वायल आमचे कडेन कशें तूं सिटीन गेलो थंय आनी कांय ना म्हणटाले. म्हणजे भुरग्यांनी कितें करपाचें, खंय शिकपाचें, बरें एज्युकेशन इन्स्टिट्यूशन खंय आसा. सो दॅट्स वाय डॉक्टर्स डोंट प्रिफर टू गो टू दीस. बट ताका इन्सेंटीव जर मेळत कितें, एटलीस्ट बाबा फायनान्शियली इन्स्टिट्यूट मेळत जाल्यार सी नॉट एवरी डॉक्टर इज वर्किंग फॉर मनी. सी शेवटी मरे तुका दॅट एम्पथी एंड दॅट एक इमोशनल अटॅचमेंट टू द पेशंट जायत तुका. यू मस्ट फील देन ओनली यू विल डू द बेस्ट फॉर द पेशंट. अदरवायज तूं फक्त ते पयशा खातीरूच पळोवन आपल्याक इतको पगार मेळटा आपूण तो घेतलो आनी गेलो, then there is nothing in the medicine. My medicine is like any other job you do.
But incentive, I don't mean financially. Some incentive, like for example, like if you want to become a journalist, there's a reason why you want to become a journalist, to help people. That if it is not there,
तुका भितरसून येवंक जाय न्ही.
but it should be there, no?
Government can give you good climate. What I'm telling you. See, तुका पयलीं भितरसून दिसूंक जाय की हांव दोतोर जालो की म्हाका काम करपाक जायच. There is no escape from that. I will do my best to the patient. And I feel for the patient. इतके सुद्धा तुझे आसत. मागीर गव्हर्मेंटाचो रोल केन्ना येता की बाबा तुका सगळे ती सपोर्टिव्ह सिस्टीम दी सारकी. कित्याक तुजे कडेन कांय करूं शकना. आतां पळय बरे बरे शिकले लोक MCH केले, हे केले. कॅन वी स्टार्ट प्रायवेट प्रॅक्टीस?
Difficult.
नॉट बिकॉज ते आतां इन्स्ट्रुमेंट आसा. तुका एक तुका लिनॅक मशीन, तूं रेडिएशन मशीन घालतलो ताका 15 कोटी, तूं पेट स्कॅन घालतलो आनी 20 कोटी जाय. हू कॅन एफोर्ड दीस? ओनली प्रायवेट सेक्टर ऑर गव्हर्मेंट सेक्टर. आनी तुवें मागीर काम करचें पडटा. सो इंडिविज्युअली तूं कांय करूं शकना. एज अ तूं बरो शिकलो, MCH जालो, DM जालो, हें जालो, पूण द फॅसिलिटी रिक्वायर्ड हॅज टू बी क्रिएटेड बाय द गव्हर्मेंट ऑर अ प्रायवेट सेक्टर बाय कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर. इंडिविज्युअल व्हेरी फ्यू डॉक्टर्स कॅन हॅव.
It's very tough.
मिरज आनी सांगली ओनली कॅन डू. म्हणजे एक ऑर्थो जाल्यार एक ऑर्थो बिल्डींग घाल्ली, मागीर ENT
rare.
इट्स अ व्हेरी रेअर फेनॉमेना. बट तुका दोतोरांक इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर दिवप काम, at least that much government should do, and a good healthy environment. I think this episode should open the eyes of the government and all the private sector also. Private and all the problem na, पण government sector जे डोळे उगडूकूच जाय तांचे की बाबा in the end patient is the suffering, not that you are doing something good for the doctors. पण ते पेशंटाक जर तूं बरो करतलो जाल्यार डॉक्टराक बरो आसप आनी ताजी ही should not be back to the wall. Pala, I am back to the wall and म्हाका कांय करूंक मेळना. What is my this to? Not money. I am not bothered about
my
money. But
point,
give me good climate.
My point is that, Dr. your first point where you started, it has to be from inside. But tell me one thing. Now, for example, I want to become a doctor, but then I see this. I go and check it out. Because today, आता research सगळे available in. You go like, okay, fine, if I do this, म्हाका हे मेळना, ते मेळना. Then you see these cases, these attacks and these like hospitals, this like that nurse was there, now this doctor. Then I'll think, no, is it worth? Hey, forget. I may not get so much. I'll go somewhere. I'm talking about that.
No.
Now, if that is not being done,
one thing you have to understand. Medicine is not 1 + 1 is 2. It can be 0. 1 + 1 is 0, or 1 + 1 can be 11 also. Okay. But you cannot say that it is maths. So things may change within hours. जो आज आता बरो पेशंट आफ्टर सम टाइम इट मे जस्ट नो मोर इज देयर. मागीर पेशंट विचारता कितें आनी ताका हांवें गेलें तुवें सांगूं ना. सी यू कॅनॉट गो ऑन टेलिंग एवरीथिंग ऑल्सो टू द पेशंट बिकॉज देन ही गेट्स वरीड. सो कितें सांगूं जाय तितकें सांगूं जाय. पण तातूंत समटायम्स येता प्रॉब्लेम कशें जाला आमचे मेडिकल निग्लिजन्स म्हणटा आनी तुमी तुमकां क्रिमिनल केसीस आमचेर फायल करता. सी नो डॉक्टर वूड लायक टू किल अ पेशंट. नो डॉक्टर. बिकॉज इन द एंड तुजो इगो इज एट हे न्ही. माय इगो लायज केन्ना की बाबा आय डोंट मेक एनी मिस्टेक्स. आय मेक मिनिमम मिस्टेक. नो मिस्टेक म्हणून जावं शकना. मिनिमम मिस्टेक म्हजे कडेन जाता आनी एकदां जाल्ली मिस्टेक म्हजे कडेन परती जावची न्हय ऑन द सेम कॅटेगरी. हे हांवें मातशें म्हजें दिवन कित्याक जाणें जर दोतोरान सांगलें आपले केन्नाच मिस्टेकी करूं ना, दॅट मिन्स ही हॅज नॉट वर्क. तो घरा बसला आनी फोनाचेरूच सांगता हें कर तें कर तें कर. तूं एक्चुअली करता न्ही तेन्ना फायनली वी आर ह्युमन बिंग्स. कळ्ळें. यू टेंड टू मेक सम मिस्टेक बट डोंट गो ऑन मेकिंग सेम मिस्टेक अगेन एंड अगेन एंड देन यू से दॅट आय एम एक्सपिरियन्स म्हणून. So that is one thing which is important, that we need बाबा सेफ्टी. लायक हे सगळे मेडिकल नेग्लिजन्स आहा ते आमी सांगलां गव्हर्मेंटाक की तातूंतसून तुमी दोतोरांक बी जेलीन बिलीन घालूं नाका. ओके तांकां फायनान्शियली कितें आसा बाबा हे तुमी ते फायनान्शियल ऑल्सो यू फिक्स अप वॉट रेट इट इज एंड ऑल, देन यू कॅन डू इट. देन देर इज ऑल इंडिया लेवलचेर आमी सांगलां की वायलन्स अगेन्स्ट डॉक्टर्स तांच्या अगेन्स्ट एक बरो स्ट्रॉंग लॉ आहा. गोवा वी हॅव मेडिकेअर ऍक्ट ऑफ 2013 पण पोलिसांकूच खबर ना. फाटी ते जीएमसीन एक केस जाली. हांवें म्हणलें ताका तो लायलो रे सेक्शन ना तो खंयचो सेक्शन म्हणून म्हाका पोलीस विचारता. हांवें म्हणलें तो लाय बिकॉज तो लायलो जाल्यार इट्स अनबिलिव्हेबल.
You cannot, yeah, that is.
So that Medicare Act of 2013 is good for Goa. Plus ताजेर कशें आहा सेक्शन 7 gives गव्हर्मेंटा कडेन आसा एक हें की बाबा एक कमिटी कर which contains everyone, local common man also, dean, director बी अशें आनी एक आमचो एक IMAचो प्लस एक कंज्युमराचो बी. And people can go to them first.
Like an ombudsman sort of.
Go to them, see if it is can be solved and then solve it there only. So अशें हे already existing in Goa आसा पण पोलिसांकूच खबर ना. So police also need to be told, plus general public also, तुमकां एक बाबा वेंट करपाक हें आसा. Don't consider doctors as the criminals. कळ्ळें न्ही. Doctor also is a part of the society only. You will get the same type of doctor what is there in the society. क्रीम आहा ती मेळटली न्ही तुका आनी खंयसून मेळटली तुका वयरसून काय येवपाचें ना. You will be part of the society only. So some doctors is going to make mistakes. Some doctoरां कडेन मातशें कमी जातल्यो, some मातशें चड जातल्यो. So it is only up to the your wish. तुझे नशीब बरें हाल तुका थापटावचो ना कोण.
That is wrong. But why would
थापटाव ना कोणे पण लोक द वे द टोन बी मातसो केन्ना केन्ना असतात न्ही. बिकॉज आय डोंट ब्लेम देम बिकॉज सी somebody you are losing somebody तेन्ना तुका मातशें फायन हें दिसतात न्ही मातशें.
Agreed. All these things, that reaction, emotion, but जातलेच. But at least there should be some sort of a backup, no? Saying that अरे कोण आसा जाल्यार कोण आसा आमचे फाटी. ना in like private.
मला दुसरें एक कम्युनिकेशन स्किल न्ही हें आमच्या शिक्षणान शिकयत ना.
ना.
दॅट शुड बी अ स्पेशल.
Not only of doctors, police.
लायव्ह थंय हें आसूंक जाय सेमिनार्स. वेर यू ओ पेशंट आयलो आनी तुजे कडेन अशें उलयलें तूं कसो करतलो, हाव यू वील हँडल. आनी कितें आहा तुका वेन पेशंट डायज न्ही अजून पर्यंत न्ही आमकां म्हजो पेशंट मेलो की यू फील भितरसून मात्र तो हालतात सारको. सुरवातीक वीच कॅन इमॅजीन my first death when I said, all people around you and when somebody is dying and you have to declare him dead. My God, that is the ultimate सामकें. म्हणजे तेन्ना ते असल्यान कोणाचेर येवचें न्ही. हळूहळू आमी आतां मातशें सिजन जाल्या म्हणटो पण स्टील somebody dies, that is ultimate. तुका मातसो धक्को बसतात सारको. सो दीस थिंग न्ही तुवें शिकतना कोण शिकयना हें. वन्स यू स्टार्ट प्रॅक्टीस देन हळूहळू तूं बाय एक्सपिरियन्स. त्यापेक्षा जर सपोज इन 3rd MBBS 4th MBBS इंटर्नशिपीन देर आर सम क्लासिकल अशे क्लासीस घेतले म्हणजे हँड्स ऑन ट्रेनिंग आमी म्हणटा अशें. सो यू इनॅक्ट हे प्लेस लायक दॅट. मुद्दम मॉक केलें वॉर्डांसून दोतोरा कडेन झगडी करप हाव ही वॉन्ट्स टू हँडल विदाउट हिम नोईंग ऑल्सो दॅट ही इज बीइंग ट्रेन्ड. This type of things are required in medicine now. Because तुझे communication कशें आहा न्ही पेशंटा कडेन will decide actually how good you are a doctor. तुजी स्किल सगळ्यांक बेसिकली सेमूच आसता. थोडे मातशे एक्सेप्शनली बरे आसता पण बेसिक स्किल सगळ्यांच्यो सेमच. पण हाव यू हँडल द सिच्युएशन,
बेडसाइड मॅनर
कम्युनिकेशन तुजें कशें आहा. म्हणजे ताका फाल्यां आतां एक कलेक्टर आहा तो हाव ही हँडल्स दॅट क्रावड. कळ्ळें न्ही. पोलीस आसा तो चड मदानगिरी केल्यार आनी मार खाता. सो यू शूड नो हाव टू हँडल द थिंग्स. थंय माझ्या बाबा पुता करून ते बाबडे ते करपाक.
बट इन दीस टायप ऑफ होलिस्टिक मॅटर्स, if the government really wants to do something instead of like concentrating, there are lots of things, but healthcare is a priority always. Absolutely. Healthcare, education, healthcare you have to, and these are sarke, because otherwise तुम्ही कशें म्हणलें तें आफ्टर 5-10 years विल हॅव अ बिग प्रॉब्लम.
नाव ओनली पीपल डोंट वॉन्ट टू गो. आतां सगळें मातशें म्हणटा कित्याक नाव पयलीं कितें आशिल्लें तूं दोतोर जालो, दोतोर नाल्यार इंजिनियर जालो, इंजिनियर जालो फार्मासी जाली जालें बंद. मागीर तूं BA कर म्हणून. नाव यू आर गुड स्पीकर, यू कॅन बी गुड DJ, यू कॅन अर्न मोर मनी दॅन द डॉक्टर. कळ्ळें न्ही. प्लस एन्जॉय युअर लायफ म्हणटा तशें. You are a good speaker, you can be good writer, you can, everybody has got scope now. So the scope is there for everyone, wider zala open. So nobody wants just baba tu dotoro jaung jay ashe na. You can be a good cricket player also today and you earn millions of rupees.
Thanks Dotor, we have out of time, but this is a message, I think more than anything, this is a message. If the people in power, be it corporate side or be it the public sector like government, are really interested in healthcare, they need to take care of the gears and the wheels that are the why healthcare will work. Because if the motor like the junior residents, senior resident interns, that breaks, there will be no healthcare like staff, what is and nurses, staff and nurses and utility. If that breaks, like we've seen in Calcutta and Delhi, then the whole healthcare will crash down. I think this is something, a very important message. Besides the heinous crime, that whatever, whether there's a conspiracy or no behind it, that has to be
unearthed.
Totally unearthed. Police should be told to be little more not only this case, in every other case, to be little more proactive and ensure that because of their bad investigations, the people are not released and then the courts throw the thing out, because our conviction rates, our detection rates may be very good, but our conviction rates are abysmal. Not only in a place like, huge place like Calcutta, which everybody shouts at UP, but in Goa, which is probably the worst than any of these states. So this type of things we should take care of. Only then probably we will be able to give a better quality of life to generally people in general in India, all over India. Thanks, Dr. Thank you very much, and keep watching GOA365.